I can't talk and type at the same time either. But I can chew gum and pat my head at the same time. Just an old talent. Okay, so in between here is where the basic body section of our web page is going to be. For example, one thing I want to point out too at this point, you see these spaces here, just like normal typing, you hit your space bar. As you may have heard, I hit the space bar quite a few times there. However, the way that HTML works, it's only going to recognize the first space. Anything after that, you can hit the space bar 20 times. You're only going to show on the web page, on the browser, this is only going to show up as one space. So when you see the time, or when you find the need to have a space greater than one space bar tap on your web page, what you need to do to accomplish that is what they call a non-breaking space. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't use that often, so I'm not really familiar with it. But it looks kind of funky. Let me show you what it looks like here. You have the ampersand and the semicolon. Not really sure, but non-breaking space. I can pretty much figure that out. But each one of these represents a tap of the space bar on your keyboard, if you can look at it like that. So if you needed 20 spaces between the word page and the word yippee, well, instead of tapping your space bar 20 times, because that ain't going to work, you tap your space bar once and put 19 of these bad boys up there, right next to one another. Just like that. And that's going to get your spaces to show up on the web page. Okay, that may be a little bit beyond the scope of this video, but I wanted to throw it in there just for the sake of being able to do so. Okay, so anyway, now that we've got our basic web page made, our basic 4 tags: HTML, head, title, body, and of course the yang of those yings, the closing tags: closing HTML tag, closing body tag, closing head tag, and closing title tag. Now we've got to really make this a web page by saving it as an HTML document, because right now it's a text document because we're using a text editor. So we go up here to File, go to Save As, figure out where we want to save it to. This is the name of the folder that I've got on my desktop that we're going to save all of our stuff to. And if yours just doesn't pop up there, we'll hit this drop down arrow and find where you've got that folder. And then let's name it First Web Page. Don't put any spaces in your name, just leave it all scrunched together like that. And then go .html. And then here under Save As Type, make sure that is all files. Get in the habit of doing that, not just for this video, but for other items you're going to be saving. Get in the habit of making sure it says all files, and then that way you won't be naming it HTML and it end up being a text document and you wonder, well, what the heck happened? Well, just avoid that hassle by just doing that. Anywho, so we got it in the right folder, got the right name, got the right tag, got the right Save As Type, and then click on Save. Now then, let's go ahead and close this, open up our folder. There it is. First web page. Now, just to let you know what the heck this thing is, this is the icon for the browser that I have as a default, which is the Firefox, or Mozilla Firefox browser. If you don't have this, yours might be like an E. Like if you use Internet Explorer, it's probably like a blue E or a gold or yellow E with a blue background. Or if you use Safari or Opera, it may not look the same as this. But basically, one thing you might want to keep in mind is, and I've touched on this in prior videos too, if you're going to be in the habit of creating web pages, you might want to download, when you get a chance, download as many browsers as you can, browser types. In other words, you might want to have, let's say you use Internet Explorer. You might want to also download onto your desktop the Mozilla Firefox browser, the Netscape browser, the Safari browser, the Opera browser. Now granted, the big two are Internet Explorer and Mozilla Firefox, but if nothing else, you want to test your web pages in as many browser types as possible. at the very least, you want to have Internet Explorer and Mozilla Firefox on your desktop, because those, again, are the big two. Those probably comprise 90% or more of all browsers used on the Internet today. The rest of the, 2% or 10% is kind of scattered between the Operas, the Safaris, the Netscapes, and so on. So, for testing purposes, open this up, right-click, or you can double-click, and then in my case, I can open it with Firefox or Internet Explorer. Okay, so I'm going to go with Firefox, and open it up down here below. Here we are. Okay, well, it didn't open it, but let me just drag that bad boy in here. Left click on my mouse and just hold and drag, and there we have it. This is my first web page. Yippee! And up here is the title. This is where I was telling you the little pipe bar thingy, my first web page. Now I'm really learning. Okay, now one thing I wanted to point out before we got off of this video is the page source, or how you can see the guts or the source code of other websites. Let's say, for example, you're surfing the web and you come across a really cool web page. It's got all kinds of bells and whistles going, and you just want to know, how the heck do they do that? Boy, I wish I knew how to do that. Well, here's how you can find out. I just randomly picked this one because I've really been messing with these guys here lately. Made a set of videos on Amember. I'm not trying to, sell it or anything like that. This is not an affiliate link. But how you do this, let's say, for example, you wanted to know, how do they get this red text here, or this image here, or this box over here that you can fill in, and these links up here? How do they do all that stuff? Well, right up here, and again, this is Mozilla Firefox. It will probably be a little bit different with Internet Explorer. But you go to View, Page Source, and this is the source code. And this isn't cheating or anything. This is just, how I learned quite a bit, actually, is to see how others had their pages structured, and just copied this, put it on another page. And I'm not saying to plagiarize or to steal ideas from other people. This is merely a learning exercise. But, for example, we've got the opening HTML tag here, and at the very bottom of the page, we got the closing HTML tag. We got the closing body tag right above it, or in this case right next to it, same thing. And then scroll back up the page. Come on. Where are we at here? Oh yeah. The opening body tag. Here's the closing head tag. And the opening head tag, the opening title tag, the closing title tag. And you see right here is the title. Let's get back over to that web page here. Membership Software Amember Pro. Membership Software Amember Pro. See? And that's basically it. Now, and again, inside of their head tags, they've got some scripts, as it says here. They've got other tags and things that we're not going to go into right now. But that is a basic web page. They have the same elements on this cool looking web page as we've got on ours. Just theirs has more bells and whistles. But that's basically it, folks. That is how we got the basics of the web page. Every web page on the internet today is comprised of the same things we just went over, those basic four. So hope you learned something on this video. Thank you much for watching. Have a great
To watch the next part of this video, go to theaudiobookwholesaler.com. You'll find the videos under the training videos link. This is just one of several series available in our free video section.